of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly.
Going folks, Keith here from Come On The Hoop Celtic. So my throwback player today is the legendary Tommy Burns. 11 years yesterday, Tommy passed away of cancer. Sadly, he had a remarkable career at Celtic as a player, a coach and a manager. So I'm just going to talk about bits and bobs of what he done at Celtic. So basically, he was born in 1956 in Glasgow. He went to school in St Mary's. Eventually got scouted for Celtic in the 50s. So basically, apologies, not the 50s, in the 70s. He made his debut in 1975 against Dundee United. So he was in the youth for two years. Jock Stein eventually gave him his breakthrough at Celtic against Dundee United. Now, it did take him 2 years to get his first senior goal. That was against Motherwell in a 2-2 draw. So he played under the likes of McNeil, Stein and so at the club. And he's part of that remarkable team as well that won the centenary double in 1988. The likes of Paul McStay, Roy Aitken, Pat Bonner, all these players, Mick McCarthy and so. There's loads of names in there, but Tommy played centre mid. He was box to box midfielder. He had played altogether 467 times for Celtic with 81 goals. Now, Wikipedia will say he only played 300 and odd times, but altogether you're considering European games, Scottish Cup games, Scottish League Cups, and so it accumulated up to 467 times over a long spell of Celtic. So, as I said, he won 12 honours as a player there. He won 6 leagues, 5 Scottish Cups, and the Scottish League Cup as well. So he eventually, his last game was in 1989 against Ajax in December 1989. He decided to leave the club. He moved on to Kilmarnock. It was $500,000 fee that was done at the time. He went to Kilmarnock, as far as I remember. He was at Kilmarnock as a player. He came runners up in Division 2, got promoted, then runners up in the early 90s to Rangers as well in the league. So which was quite good, to be honest with you, for Kilmarnock standards. He was a favourite at Rugby Park. He eventually took over the manager's reign at Rugby Park. When Celtic were going through a financial crisis, Fergus McCann came in, bought the club over. He sacked Leo McCarthy and brought Tommy Burns in. Tommy was the man. He brought Tommy in. Tommy guided us to a Scottish Cup victory in 1995. He became runners-up twice in them 3 seasons. He was at the club as well. And he also brought in the remarkable three amigos. So Pierre Van Hooijdonk, George Cadet and Paolo Di Canio. Probably one of the most threatening trio in Scottish football of all time. So they were up there and unbelievable. Unfortunately, we did lose out to the league by goal difference and a point one season as well. So it was absolutely disgusting. But he eventually moved on. He did get the sack in 1997. Unfortunately, it was down to the Scottish Cup semi-finals. We got beaten. Fergus McCann wanted him to walk out the back door. Tommy said, no, I'm a Celtic man, true and true. The fans love me. I'm walking out the way I came in the door, came in the true. So he walked out, and that was it. He had it for the fans. He loved the fans. There's a clip of him when we won the Scottish Cup in 1995 when he was the manager. Near the bus, he was giving the fans the trophy, showing them the trophy, and so just true and true Celtic man he was. Idolised by obviously the Celtic faithful. A lot of Rangers supporters idolised him as well because he was a part of the Scottish national team for a good time as well. He took over where Bertie Volzi did, and then he helped Walter Smith and Andy McCoy. Eventually, he did come back to Celtic. Came back to Celtic in 2005 under Gordon Strachan. He was a part of Gordon Strachan's coaching team. He was there for obviously up to 4 years with Celtic. Great memories he has of Celtic. Obviously, we think of Tommy Burns with Sunsuke Nakamura, the Kilmarnock winner. I always think of him rubbing Naka's head. Obviously Spartak Moscow and penalties. He was jumped on the players as well when the full time when we were successful in that penalty shootout. Remarkable. But unbelievable man. Like he obviously done a lot of the coaching setup as well at Lennoxtown, so he was highly regarded. I personally think the club should call the training ground the Tommy Burns Academy. 2010, we did honour him with a plaque on the wall outside Celtic Park where the reception is. Unfortunately, 2006, I'm just throwing back dates. In 2006, he was diagnosed with skin cancer. He kept going through it, fought very hard, got on to now today day-to-day job, didn't think about it, didn't affect him too much mentally. He was there for Scott Brown when Scott Brown's sister was terminally ill. He gave Scott Brown a nice gesture and supported him through it because Tommy was going through the same similar disease as Brownie's sister did at the time. God bless her. But 15th of May 2008 was one of the hardest days in our history, Scottish football's history. Tommy did eventually pass away. It was quite emotional. A lot of people were very upset. It gave us that strive to push for the league and win the league for Tommy as well. We were going for 3 in a row that year. We did win the league in Tannadice, thanks to Jan Vennegaard Hesselink setter. And when we won the league, we had these the players had these t-shirts with Tommy Burns on the ground praying, saying you'll always be with us. That was a massive gesture towards the Burns family as well. Like, it's just, the funeral was a massive funeral. The Rangers fans paid their respects with a lot of scarves, and so a lot of football, Kilmarnock as well, Rugby Park had scarves as well outside it, and flowers outside it as well. But he goes down as a legend. He really is. Like, he was part of that centenary year. As I said, he was one of the vital players in that year. Great player through the 80s. Played with the likes of Paul McStay as well. There's an iconic picture of him hugging Paul McStay after the Scottish Cup final in 1995 as well, which goes down as one of the best pictures we've seen. And it is up on Celtic Park, that picture as well. If you've never seen it, it's around, when you walk around Celtic Park, you'll see it up in the netting, which is phenomenal. But look at 12 honours as a player, over 467 games, 81 goals, part of one that played with some great players. Like, look, he was great friends with Danny McGrain as well, Kenny Dalglish. He did join Kenny at Newcastle for a period of time as well, and then he had spells at Reading as well as a coach and a manager. Didn't really work out well, but he was just Celtic to the core. But I just thought I'd do a throwback video about Tommy. As I said, he twists and turns. Tommy Burns, he was the man big time. Unfortunately, I was young. I never got to see Tommy play for Celtic. A couple of testimonial games, but against Ireland and Lansdowne Road, and so. But like nothing like proper professional senior side hoops. Unfortunately, I never got the chance to see him wore this jersey. But that's it from me today. I hope you enjoy it. If there's any other Tommy Burns moments that stick out to you that I haven't really mentioned, I didn't really go into his goals, and so I just talked about his goals. As I said, it's one of these things where you have to sit down, analyse the goals he scored for the club. Some cracking goals outside the box and all, scoring against Rangers, and so he's a good player. Like, every time you think of Tommy Burns playing for Celtic, you just think of that V-neck jersey and the big red moppet chop I heard he had. But great player. He wore that number 10 shirt very well, he did. As well, brilliant coach, good at gaffer. He just didn't have to look as a gaffer. He felt like he was just forced out of that club. Didn't get enough time to prove that he could have been very successful. But anyways, successful in their hearts, that's the most important. So don't forget to subscribe, click the button, and I hope you all see you soon. Maybe after the Hearts game on Sunday, I'll do another one. Hell, up the Celts.